Hey guys, boy, am I growing through it today. I say growing because I'm growing, moving through something. You have to look at it a little bit different than other than struggling or all those other terms we could possibly use. Today is Sunday, April 24th. I'm over here in my favorite place by the water, Tracington, Washington, underneath the beautiful weeping willow, and the leaves are filling in beautiful. You can actually see the mountains. I tried to do a video in the beginning up close by the water, and somehow the video stopped. And oh well, maybe I'll figure out how to splice them together. Maybe not. That seems like a little bit too much work. Yeah, so growing through it today. A little bit more challenging time the last couple of days, I guess I could say. This is video number 9. It is now not a 30 videos in 30 days. It'd be like 30 videos in 2 months. But that's okay. Have love and forgive myself. There's some days I just don't feel like doing it, and that's okay. Healing is a really big deal sometimes. And sometimes we don't know how to heal. And we just have to bear down and go through it. And we're always healing. Sometimes it seems like the same thing more than once, over and over and over again. We're healing the same thing. I suppose that's because some of us have something so deep to heal that if it all came out at one time, we might not make it through it. So we have to heal it in layers. And so something's recently come back up with me that thought I had healed. And there are a lot of other people that are a part of my story, right? So we all have people that are a part of our stories. We have the villains, and then we have the saviors, and sometimes the villains turn into the saviors, and vice versa. And life can just be kind of messy sometimes. And I send you guys all love in those messy parts. It doesn't look nice sometimes or feel nice going through those things. And I try to share my story lightly because there are other people in my story, involved in my story, that are still trying to heal as well. And I want everybody to heal. And another reason I don't really bring them into it is because if I'm not fully healed from it, I don't want to speak up about it, because if I'm not fully healed from it, I can only see it from a broken perspective, or a healing perspective, I guess you could say. So many things and so many moving parts at one time as we try to heal parts of us that have been broken over the years. And recently, this morning, I had some stuff come up that made me revisit some unpleasant parts of my childhood. And I really do always welcome that, because each time I appreciate that it gives me a chance to look at it new each time. Because sometimes we think we've cleared it, we've healed it, and then we're just shown it from a different perspective. We see it a little bit more to heal a little bit more. And that's not always pleasant. It's very uncomfortable feelings. But I welcome it, because from my perspective, anytime I go through something really hard, it ends up being something really beautiful in the end, because I heal. And the more I heal, the deeper I feel love, and the more I understand unconditional love, and the more I understand forgiveness and forgiving other people, and I understand forgiving myself. And the truth is so much bigger than anybody could ever possibly imagine. I was always told when I was, well, my whole life growing up, that I was an emotional person, and my mom always said I wore my heart on my sleeve. And I did, because I feel like I loved everybody outwardly. I loved everybody. I wanted everybody to be happy, and a lot of times I sacrificed a big part of my happiness to make other people happy. And I realized along the way that me sacrificing myself for other people's happiness is no different from the people that hurt me. Because, they're outside of me. I'm here, and I'm the one hurting myself. So we first have to forgive people that have hurt us, or forgive yourself first. I don't know which area or which way it has to happen, vice versa. For me, I can only speak for me in my healing journey. But healing, I had to forgive other people. And then when I was able to forgive and even forgiveness has to be done in layers. You can think that you've forgiven somebody, but then something comes up, and then you realize that you still have a little bit more forgiving to do. Like I said, this healing is funny business sometimes. But yeah, I discovered another aspect that needed to be healed, and I'm excited about it. I really am, although it's not the most pleasant feeling. But I get to see a piece of me that I couldn't see before, and a piece of the other person that I didn't see before. And I always welcome new perspectives and new ways to look at things, because it really adds to who we are. And I know I didn't want this video to be very, somber or sad or anything, because it's a transition. And I really thought about not doing it until I was in a better state of mind. But I think it's important to see in the process. So yeah, going back to always being called a sensitive child, I really felt my entire life I bared the weight of the world on my shoulders. And it's what it felt like at times. It's a huge burden for somebody to carry. And as I began on this healing process, I realized I slowly started to let the weight go, and what other people's expectations were me, and I had to let that go along the way, and in layers, because when you're a people pleaser, you just want to please everybody, and I tried to not please everybody from this level, and then it's like I got to keep pulling back the layers and learning to not be a people pleaser. And I keep getting shown situations and going through things over and over and over again, and that's how we heal these things, is sometimes we have to go through them over and over and over again and just see it, because it's so big. We can't just live one aspect of it and then instantly grasp everything, the whole entirety of it. It's just bigger than we could possibly imagine. The truth of life, the truth of who we are, of where we come from. Things I've wondered my entire life, and trying to I feel like I've always searched for the highest truth. Even when I was little, I always questioned everybody's intentions. And I think that's what happens when you go through some traumatic events as a child, and you learn to not really trust your environment around you, so you always question everything. And not that it was pleasant to go through, but I think I do see the value in what it was meant to teach me, and to always question everything. And I don't think that if I didn't question everything, I don't think I would have made it as far as I have in my own growth and soul journey. I feel like I have a duty to heal because I couldn't heal before I had my children. I had to bring them along this, and a little known fact is, for me, when I say fact, for me, if we don't heal before we conceive children, we will pass the trauma that we've experienced in life down to our children. And then they become an extension of us to help us heal these karmic patterns and these bloodline karmic patterns that we're trying to heal. And so I have 3 extensions of myself that are here to help me and us heal. And, when you know better, you do better. At least for me. I try. But, I want to talk about forgiveness, I guess. It's 11 minutes to try to figure out what I wanted to talk about. So I want to talk about forgiveness. And like I said, forgiveness needs to be done in layers too. So I'm trying to forgive somebody that's hurt me very bad. And what helps me to forgive somebody is to try to see from the closest perspective I possibly can, and understand what they went through to treat me that way. I really do. I don't know if everybody's like this, but in order for me to heal, I really do try to see from that person's perspective, from what caused them trauma in their life, to get them to treat another person that way. And I've tried healing in many different ways because I want to heal so bad and I don't ever give up. And so forgiveness has been a really big part of that journey. And you think you forgive somebody and then something pops up and then you realize there's still so much there that you have left to forgive. And then a part of me really felt like, because I have had somebody hurt me so deeply, and I was able to wholly forgive them, completely and wholeheartedly forgive them. Nothing inside of me is angry, or there's nothing that can be triggered there. I haven't found anything yet after about 3 years. When I realized that the seed or the root of it had been ripped up, and what I felt was really instrumental in healing that part of me and helping me heal and forgive that other person was the fact that they truly, and I felt in their entire being, that they were so sorry for what they had done to me. And for me, when I know that my actions have hurt somebody else, I'm the kind of person that I'm going to stick around no matter what it takes to help you heal that aspect of yourself that I helped break. Not everybody's like that. And it's because they can't sometimes, like I said, there's a part of when you forgive other people, one of the hardest things that you have to do in life is forgive yourself. And some people don't know how to forgive themselves, and that shows up in anger and refusal to see, or when you try to have a conversation with that person, you can't get past because they're still so very hurt by what they've done to you. And this is my own particular situation I'm speaking of. And so I'm trying to work through forgiving this person. And I desperately want to, I really do. But like I said, it has to be done in layers. Sometimes feel like I'm not ready to pull those layers back. So, and I think that's okay. And I think it's all for a reason, and I think it's okay if I'm not ready to pull back those layers and open up those conversations yet. Just because the other person might feel like they are. I think that we can heal without the other person feeling remorse for what they've done to you. I think we can. I'm still going through it. I don't quite know. I'm sure that there are some people that will never have closure to what's happened. And we just have to find a way in our heart and mind to just always search for the different perspective, because we're always shown so many different perspectives, and to be open to those so many other different ways to view it. And learning how to give yourself grace, I guess, along the way. And ultimately, I really do feel that we don't need that other person to heal. But I don't quite know that healing without that other person being sorry yet. And I think that's stopping me from healing in a lot of ways and forgiving a lot of people that are still alive. I don't know, it's something about when somebody passes away, it's like you instantly, well, for me, it's like you already know there's never going to be closure, because I have people that have hurt me that have passed away, and I've healed from those areas, and those people are no longer to be sorry. But I think it's because I can communicate with their spirit, and so I do feel that their spirit, I sense and feel their spirits are deeply remorseful for the people that they've hurt while they were here. And I think it's that deep remorse that allows me to heal deeper. But I also think there's a deeper healing than that, of not actually needing that validation. And I think that's where I'm working towards, is not needing that validation in another person to heal those areas in my heart. And that's okay. I can't watch a video in my mind. I can't watch a video to show me how to do that, because no matter all the knowledge that I've learned and all the stuff I've collected, it's been from myself. Everything that I've ever went through in life, I have a hard time letting anybody show me or teach me. I'm very stubborn. I like to figure things out on my own. But again, I don't think I would have gotten as far in my life if I relied on other people for those things. So, yeah, growing through it. So that's where my focus is going to be. It's going to be healing without having to know if that person's genuinely sorry for what they've done. And yeah, I don't even know what that's going to look like, honestly. Parts of me wanted to stop this video like 5 times, because yeah, I'm just getting to a point where I just don't even care what people think anymore. I really don't. Really don't. And I realize that I worry about people judging me, because in the areas that I've judged other people, so in areas that I've judged other people, I'm worried about them judging me in those same areas. And so it's not the judgment that I need to worry about, it's my judgment of other people that I need to worry about. And as I worry about my judgment of other people, and I fix what is inside of me that is responsible for judging other people, the more I care about me being judged. It's a crazy world. Crazy world we live in. But I don't see any other way around it other than just to go through it. I'm 43 years old, and I've danced around so many things in my life. And the only thing that really helps is just going straight through it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I go straight through it. I think it's the only way. Somebody has to, right? I forgot to turn my phone on airplane mode. I can't believe nobody hasn't bothered me up until this point. Okay, there we go. So, I'm growing, you're growing, we're all growing, and let's grow together. I think it's important that we share not just the positive things we go through, but sometimes the hard things, and just so that everybody knows that you're not alone in going through it. And even though there are parts in this video that are kind of sad, there's a really beautiful place that I'm in that's helping me go through this. And there's a really beautiful place in my heart that's helping me to transition these things, that this energy, and to move these really tough emotions. And so I'm very grateful. And I know that it will give me this will take away something that hasn't served me really well. And letting my guard down and being more and more of who I was meant to be. And life is just really beautiful, even when you can sit here going through something really, really challenging, and just raise your perspective enough to know to connect with this beautiful tree out here, or these birds that are flying around, or this blade of grass, of just being present and connecting with this wonderful view. There's so many things going on right now that's just such more bigger than anything we could possibly imagine. And so if we make it about us all the time and close ourselves off to what's going on around us, we really get lost sometimes. We feel lost. That's not uncomfortable. That's not a comfortable feeling, to feel lost, but you have to grow however you see fit. And there's never a straight line when growing or overcoming something. And I send you guys all love for anybody that's going through something really challenging right now. If you're trying to heal from somebody that's hurt you in the past, yeah, it's one thing to deal with people that have hurt you as an adult, but when someone was responsible for caring for you and loving you as a child that has hurt you, it's a little bit different, I think, because you look at them as being the adult. But on the other side of that, I understand that my adult self has done some things that have hurt my children. And so even though I wasn't aware and meaning, I don't think that we ever mean to hurt anybody. We're just out there trying to live life the best way we can and trying to survive, and are so overwhelmed with our own emotions and trying to heal in our own shit that we go through, that we sometimes can't really see the suffering of other people around us. And I think that's the case, is some people are just so broken they don't know how to love other people. And I just want to heal so that I can show other people a way to heal. At least one way. I'm sure there's many, many different ways that we can all heal. But yeah, this is me being vulnerable. Something I've hidden for a long time. And that's okay. Because if we don't ever show people these sides of us, they can never really know who we truly are. And I want people who stumble across my videos, or my children, when they grow in the past, they stumble across an old video. It might be something that they need in life when they need it. And they may not need it right now, but they may need it sometime in the future. And somebody else might need this sometime in the future. It's okay to take your time in forgiving somebody too. There's no timeline for these kind of things. Yeah. So, I welcome any stories anybody wants to share with me on how they've healed and forgiven somebody that has hurt them. Another aspect that's helped me heal is somebody had hurt me in my life, and I didn't understand. I put a lot of anger and towards this person. I don't know if hate is the right word, maybe resentment. And so I put a lot of resentment towards this other person for a long time. And one of the things that helped me heal from that was unknowingly I hurt somebody else in that exact same way. And so me experiencing it from that other person's shoes, let's say I wore that other person's shoes. And when I actually saw from that perspective, it like released every ounce of resentment, pain, trauma, anything that I had ever experienced. And now I understand. And so that helped me forgive a big something in my life. So many different ways and so many different layers to forgiving, and we just have to take our time with it. And just know that when people hurt you, it's not because of you. It's because they hurt. They hurt inside. And it still doesn't take away the hurt that they've done to you. But if you can try to see that we all have trauma and scars that we're trying to heal from, and some people just don't know how. And sometimes it's just too scary to do it. I think it takes a lot of suffering to finally be able to do it. And I'm on a mission to heal. I don't think my mom had said something to me one time, not too long ago. Because I think that my emotions were really hard on the other people I was around when I was growing up, and I know it wasn't easy for my peers, or it wasn't easy for the people that had to interact with me every day. It's very emotional. And I totally forgot where I was going with that, but my mom gives me the best advice sometimes. She's amazing. So I'm sure it'll come back to me. But, yeah, we just have to grow and heal. And I'll probably rewatch this video and go, oh, okay, that's where I was going with that, but then it'll be too late. Anyway. Oh, okay, I remembered where I was going with that. She said to me one time that she understands how I heal now. And she understood that I wasn't living in the past, that I was really just visiting it enough just to collect bits and pieces of me, a little bit at a time. And as I do this, I become more and more whole. Deep healing. I'm not about covering things up and finding a way just to live with it. I'm about deep, deep, deep soul healing. And yeah, other people didn't understand that about me, that's the way I was trying to heal. And for them it was always, they wanted in my family we have a very horrible, nasty plague in our family, and I wanted to heal it, and people couldn't understand why I just kept wanting to relive it and relive it and relive it and relive it. It wasn't me reliving it. I was trying to revisit, to claim who I was, to get back myself, to look at it at a different perspective each time. And when my mom, who I know this aspect of me was really hard on my mom, but for my mom to tell me that she finally got it, that she finally understood, and now she's helping me. She's on the path with me, healing. And that's another beautiful thing. Like, my mom suffered a really huge loss when she lost my brother. And I still get emotional from her pain, because she's still trying to heal from that. And she holds a lot of guilt because, she was traumatized and she was hurt, and she did the best she could. But since she lost my brother, I felt like I lost my mom. Me healing helped heal my mom. Healing really sets out a really big wave in a family. We pave the way for other people in our family to heal. Not just children we're responsible for, but the adults that are responsible for us. We really do heal. But a year ago, I had a conversation with my mom. Like, my mom. I would like to say that that's the first conversation I've ever had with my mom, because she was never really there. So much healing. I got my mom back. She's a beautiful soul. So many different aspects to us. Whew, that's emotional. Anyway, I better post this. Anyway, I send you guys all love. This is a really good thing that I'm going through. I think it's amazing. And I'm so thankful for this opportunity. And I love you all. And thank you for growing through this with me.